The fuck is up, dumbasses? Okay, so today I'm going to be telling you a story time about how when I was like 11 or 12, my friend, who was not even a year older than me, was fucking driving in a car with me in the car. So this is an insane story. So stay tuned. Anyways, let's get started. So I'm going to set the scene. So basically, I have a friend, his name is JJ. Now, that isn't his legal name, obviously, but it's a his first and his last name are both J's, so we call him JJ. Anyways, so JJ, basically is somebody I've known for years, for a very long time, and my mom was like, hey, like his dad is my mom's ex-boyfriend, and they're still cool and everything, and she was like, hey, I'll call him John. John invited me like to a dinner at their church. We're not like religious or anything, but like, it's still a dinner, and we get to see JJ and John. So I was like, oh hell yeah, let's go. Right, so we went, hanging out with JJ at the church. After the church, JJ goes to his friend's house, and then I go home. And the next day, me and JJ had plans to hang out, right? So we're going to hang out, and his friend was going to hang out too, because he was a little bit older than us. I was like 12, 13, and he was 16 almost, and JJ was 14, 15, right? So basically, he came and picked us up in his car, right? So he comes and picks us up in his car, and basically JJ and him had rode together, right? So, I come and I'm walking out, and basically JJ is in the front seat, and I was like, oh, he must have just had him drive down the road, normal stuff that he wouldn't, get hurt or anything. And he was like, no, JJ drove the entire time. JJ's like great at driving. And I was like, oh, okay, well, get in the passenger seat, like, whatever. And JJ is like, no, I'm driving to our location. And I was like, oh. Yeah, he's like, yeah, we're gonna get lunch and shit. I was like, interesting. So basically, JJ drives, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like this, why is some fucking 14-year-old who doesn't have his driver's license fucking driving us on the highway? So we're driving to a place to eat. We'll say it was In-N-Out because we don't have In-N-Out where I'm at, so I'll say it's In-N-Out. So we're driving to In-N-Out, and basically JJ is like actually doing very good at driving. Now, the rest of the story isn't really about him driving. The rest of the story is just kind of an embarrassing moment on my part that is really fucking funny. So we are sitting at In-N-Out, and the waitress comes up, and she's like, you guys look very young. How old are you? And our oldest friend was like, oh, I'm 16. And JJ was like, I'm 14. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm 13. Or whatever I was. I don't even remember. And she was like, oh, you guys are so little. And I was like, okay. Cool. And basically, we order our food, and I accidentally spill my water because I'm fucking blind. Like, I can't fucking see shit. And that's just how it is. And the entire fucking staff starts laughing. And this one lady comes over and is like, oh, are you guys okay? Like, is everything cool? And we're like, yeah, but like, can you like bring us some napkins? Because, they can't stop laughing at us long enough. And the fucking lady, we didn't know she was like the boss or the owner, goes in fucking screaming at the people working. And she's like, you guys like almost lost business from them. Like, we're, blah, blah, blah. And she brings out the check, right, for the meal. And it says, already paid for by the staff. Sorry for them laughing. So, my clumsiness got our fucking meal paid for. Right, so our meal is paid for, and I was like, okay, on our way back home, like, I'm sure JJ is not going to drive this time. He fucking drives again. Anyways, that's besides the point. But basically, we're driving home, and JJ's like, do you want to go off-roading? And I was like, what? Like, So where we live, there's a big city area, and then outside the city area is just complete country where you can basically off road and nobody gives a fuck. He's like, "Do you want to go off roading?" And I was like, "Sure, like whatever." Off roading to him was literally up and down fucking hills. Now keep in mind, we were in a decently big car with I don't know what fucking wheel drive you need to go up hills and shit, but that wheel drive. So it wasn't that bad, but it was like, still, what the fuck? Like, calm the fuck down, dude. So yeah. And by the way, I want to point out that JJ isn't like a bad kid. Like, he's not like a bad person. He's just a fucking idiot. So if you see this, JJ, love you, bro. Haven't seen you in a while. Text me or something if you have me on anything. Anyway. Alright, I'll see y'all on the next video.